Welcome to our very last edition of the Blitz this season. On Coach's Corner, we will have interim head coach TJ Weist and defensive graduate assistant Jordan Orlovsky. Senior cornerback Taylor Mack will be on, along with Joe D'Ambrosio, as we break down our win over Rutgers and preview our final game of the season against the Memphis Tigers. So thanks for tuning in, and now, the Blitz. All right, Joe, last episode of the season, but luckily we get to break down another win over Rutgers. As one of our managers, Joey Freeburn, pointed out, it was our Huskies' 5th win on Thanksgiving weekend in a row.
Maybe we should serve turkey all the time before games.
I guess so. It works for us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They love to feast, not only at Thanksgiving, but in the games, right?
Very well said. Penultimate last week, feast this week. It's too bad the season's ending.
Just keep rolling. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, we can do this.
All right, a couple of big plays early in this game made the difference. Two big third and long passes in that first drive, and then the forced fumble in the ensuing kickoff. How much did they set the tone for this game?
Well, I think, Emily, first off, those plays were terrific, especially the plays on the first drive, because Rutgers scores on that fake field goal attempt after you would stop them on third down. So you're feeling a little bit depressed. First time all season that UConn has scored a touchdown on its first possession of the game. And Casey Cochran threw some great passes on that. I thought the skinny post to Demir Bradley to score the touchdown was great. Then a big special teams play, and they convert that into points. And that's two things that we hadn't seen a lot this year. Answering back another team's score and then converting turnovers into points. And I thought from that point on it set the tone. And then the other thing is Rutgers takes the lead on that late third quarter touchdown. Boom. The offense comes down the field, scores right away, regains momentum, and goes on to a nice win.
Let's break down that offense a little bit more. Then Casey Cochran threw for 311 yards and 2 touchdowns. Max DiLorenzo had 2 touchdowns of his own. What did you like about the offense besides their ability to respond?
I thought the ability to split the pass and the run was very good. I mean, the running numbers weren't out of this world, but they were able to run enough to keep Rutgers off guard. You knew UConn would be able to throw against Rutgers. They're 122nd in the country in pass defense coming in. And I thought the execution of the passes was good. Once again, the offensive line, which has played better every week since Mike Foley took over as the offensive line coach, gave Cochran lanes to throw, and he only got sacked, I think it was once or twice. He threw some great passes. The touchdown pass to Brian Lamel to ice the win was a great play. The leadership that Casey Cochran has shown them, I think it's taken a lot of people by surprise.
And the defense looked great, too. They held Rutgers to just 2 touchdowns, and Taylor Mack had those 2 interceptions, one while Rutgers was knocking on the door. How impactful was that defense this weekend?
I think, again, they've played great. They've gotten better over the last couple of weeks of the season. You know, Taylor's injury, he missed about, I think, a month of the season or so. It really hampered the defense because the depth behind him has been a little bit young. As you said, the one pick was huge, stopping Rutgers' momentum. And I think the whole defense, I think Tim Willman has saved his best for last, kind of like Ryan Worth last year. Ryan played his best football at the end of his career. Tim has certainly done that this year. Yawin Smallwood was a beast in the middle again. Byron Jones and Taylor played great on the corners. You know, it's a team game defense. Everybody's got to do their jobs, and we've seen that for, 6 quarters in a row now.
And we love beating Rutgers.
Yeah, I would say Rutgers 1, Duke 2, everybody else 3.
Good enough. A win's a win, right?
Exactly. Well said, Coach Noonan.
All right, Joe, we'll check back in with you a little later.
I look forward to it.
All right, let's look at highlights now from UConn versus Rutgers.
Rutgers loads up the line. They rush 4. Pass over the middle through the hands of Lamel. And then he catches it on the rebound and gets into Rutgers territory. Here they come. They field the blitz. Pass upfield for Davis, who's got it to 35. To the 30. Running laterally to the 25. Inside the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. Cochran calling signals. Rutgers rushes 7. Cochran throws upfield for Bradley. He's got it. Touchdown! Touchdown, Connecticut! Demir Bradley! End over end in the direction of Pratt at the 5. Outside the hash marks to the 15, to the 20. He's got a hole. To the 25, he fumbles the football. And it sure looks like UConn has it. They give it to DiLorenzo. Again, big hole off the right side of the 5. 3, 2, 1. Touchdown! Touchdown, Connecticut! Max DiLorenzo! Play action to DiLorenzo all day for Cochran. Floats it up here for Davis in a triple coverage, and he comes down with it at the 45-yard line. Dodd looking to throw. Lobs it out to the right for Huggins, and he's hit by Mellon Fondle. Bradley split right. They run another bubble screen for Fox. He's got up the left sideline. Fox up the left sideline on the 40. 35-30. Foot race up the sideline, and he's shoved out of bounds. Kept it last week. Gives to DiLorenzo, and he's in. Touchdown, Connecticut. Max DiLorenzo's second touchdown of the game. Takes the snap. Smallwood blitzes. Dodd fires over here. Yes, he caught it. It's an interception now, they say. Rutgers coming on a blitz. They pick it up. Cochran throws for Lamel. Diving catch. Touchdown. Huskies will rush 4. Here they come. Dodd throws upfield, and it's intercepted by Mack at the 20, to the 25, to the 30. Hurdles a man at the 35, to the 40, and he's dropped at the 39. Taylor Mack jumped the route, and with 1:58 to go, UConn is going to win 2 in a row.
It's time now for Coach's Corner. We have interim head coach TJ Weist back for the 3rd time. That's a record here on the Blitz.
3 times? It's been 3 times?
Yeah.
Thought it was more than that.
No, it's your home now, right?
That's right.
All right, now it's been really great to see this team come together at the end of the season. It must be fun for you to finally get this team going.
It's not about finally. It's just about reaching our goals of winning. That's what it comes down to. And that we expect to win every game. It's a disappointment when we don't win. So it's just refreshing for us to come together and really put together a full game. You know, 2 weeks ago against Temple, it was a half a game. But now that we put together a full game, we were up early. We weren't behind. But then we got behind, and then we came back and won the game and finished. So that's our goals.
And that offense has been looking really good lately. Casey Cochran has been poised, making good decisions, and Jeremy Davis has solidified himself as one of the best wide receivers in this league. What makes each of them so productive?
Casey makes good decisions. You know, he leads the offense, whether it's on the field, off the field, in practice, but especially during the game. Casey's made good decisions every drive. Once in a while, he's going to take some chances, like any quarterback should. But he didn't turn the ball over. He made plays when they were critical. He was 9 of 12 on 3rd down in passing. 9 of 12. That's kind of unheard of. And he completed 76% of his passes. So we're happy with that. And then Jeremy bailed him out on the one catch that was basically he was triple covered. You know, but that's part of being a good receiver, is bailing out your quarterback at times, going up and taking the ball. So he's been very consistent.
We have Senior Day coming up here at the Rent. We do have a young team, but a really solid group of seniors. What impact has that senior class had on this team? Well,
I've met with them every week, you know, to get their ideas about what we can do to help us win, what we can do to help lead this team. And they've come up with some good things that have told me that they're involved. They take pride in this class, in this season, and really taking the pride in overcoming, you know, being behind, of not winning early. So it's going to mean something when we win this last game and finish off 3-0. You know, this senior class has been through 2 losing seasons and now 3 losing seasons. And, you know, back in 2010 when those were young guys, you had one of the best seasons ever, or the best season ever here. So they've been part of it. They understand that. But it's special for them to finish off with the pride knowing that they got this team turned around, that they finished it off, and now they can lead the younger players with a good legacy of 3 good wins after Saturday. And, you know, and get them ready for the next season, next coming seasons, and really show the young guys of what it takes to overcome adversity.
And now in our next segment on today's show, we'll be taking a closer look at the graduate assistant coaches that you guys have on staff. Can you talk about their role, especially this season when you guys are a little bit shorter staffed?
Well, they're critical because they break down all the film for us and really get us ready as a staff. When Sunday comes up, we've got to sit down and watch all that film, but all the film's got to be broken down, and broken down correctly to say this is the right front, the right coverage, formation, plays, everything. So they're critical from that standpoint, because what happens early in the week, when we're still working our opponent that week, they're starting on the opponent for next week. So they've got kind of really a double duty going on during that week, trying to get everything done so they stay late. But it's critical that they do that, because now we go out to scout teams. Now they got to get the scout teams ready, the look teams ready for us, and get us ready for Saturday. So that's their critical part. All 4 of our GAs have really done a good job of being consistent all season and really working hard and getting those guys ready to play. You know, and the guys on offense, you know, Mike Digman, Doug Shear have done a good job taking over. You know, Doug coaching the tight ends, Mike coaching the wide receivers, really coaching those guys full time. So they've done a good job of really handling both duties.
It takes a village.
Yes, and speaking of a village, I really want to thank all the fans, thank everybody, the alumni, everybody that comes to games for supporting this team. This team has deserved that support. These seniors have deserved that support, and we really appreciate it. We want to represent the University of Connecticut, the alumni, the fans, the right way with class and character, and winning games the right way. So we appreciate your support, and I want to thank you personally for that.
Well, I know our Husky fans have loved these last few games and are ready for that last win this weekend. So thanks for coming on, and good luck this weekend.
Well, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, let's head now to Coach's Corner. We have a special edition of Coach's Corner now with graduate assistant coach for the defense, Jordan Orlovsky. Thanks so much for coming on, Coach.
My pleasure. I'm excited to be here.
Now, there are 4 of you graduate assistants here on this staff. You work with the linebackers specifically, and Coach Weist talked about your role breaking down film. But can you explain a little bit more for people who don't know what else you do here?
Yeah, there's 4 graduate assistants total. 2 work with the offense, 2 work with the defense. Me and Coach Gwines work with the defense. Coach Digman and Coach Scheer work for the offense. We do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and we break down film. Our biggest role is advance, breakdown, get ready for the opponents, while the coaches are working on the team that we're playing that week. So we've been working on Memphis for the past 2 weeks now, and we're very excited to get going there.
And can you talk a little bit more about what you do with the scout team? I know you guys work to help get our team prepared for the next game, and with what kind of role you have with that.
Yeah, our biggest role during practice is during individual, we coach specific positions. I work with outside linebackers. Coach Gwines works with the defense tackles. But once practice gets into the big thick of things, we go into team periods. Our job is to give the defense the best look they can get. The defensive guys coach the offensive scout team. The offensive guys coach the defensive scout team. So we're preparing each week like we're the offensive coaches for Memphis. We have team meetings with the scout teams before practice. We show them film so they give the proper looks. And our job is to give the best look possible for our defense from our scout team.
So with all that breaking down of Memphis, can you give us a little bit of a preview of what we should expect from their offense, what you've seen?
Yeah, Memphis is a very talented team. Although their stats might not show, they have some explosive players on offense. They spread you out. They use tight ends in fullback positions. Their personnel doesn't match up always in the formations they come out in, which is interesting. A lot of teams, when they come out with tight end and fullback looks, sometimes you expect and you know what you're going to get as formations go. With Memphis, it's a little different. They put fullbacks in the tight ends as fullbacks, tight ends out as wide receivers. And they really spread you out, and they try to use their quarterback who's very athletic, and they have different skilled guys. They use a wide receiver in the backfield as a running back. They'll put 3 backs in the backfield. They'll run an inverted bone, what we call an inverted bone set, and they like to stretch you, run options. So they're a tricky team to prepare for, and they have a lot of speed and talent out there.
Well, we know you, especially as a Jersey guy, loved getting that win over Rutgers last weekend, and we're looking forward to a win over Memphis. So thanks so much for coming in, and good luck this weekend.
My pleasure.
All right, let's head out now to a little Know Your Foe. We are here at Gamble Pavilion before the UConn-Florida basketball game. We're going to head outside to the Husky faithful camping out to see how much they know about our next opponent, the Memphis Tigers. Who is UConn football playing this weekend?
The Memphis Tigers.
Memphis?
Memphis Tigers.
Memphis?
Memphis University.
Memphis.
And what is their mascot?
The Tigers.
The Tigers?
Tigers.
I don't know.
Okay, it's a 4-legged animal that lives in the jungle, and it's fierce.
Tiger?
Yeah.
Tom the Tiger.
What are their colors?
Blue and white.
Blue and white.
Orange and black?
Blue and white.
A royal blue. And is it silver?
It's gray, so yeah, we'll accept silver.
Blue and white, I want to say.
Blue and white.
What conference are they in?
AAC.
The American Athletic Conference.
They're in the AAC. They're in the AAC.
It's the same one we're in. Does that help?
That's embarrassing. The American Conference, I don't know.
The AAC. The American Athletic Conference.
Where is Memphis located?
Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee.
In Tennessee. Tennessee. Tennessee.
What would you say that the city of Memphis, Tennessee is best known for?
Music.
Elvis Presley.
Music, rock and roll.
Country music.
Music.
Country music. Elvis. Elvis, right?
What attraction in Memphis, Tennessee is the second most visited home in America?
Elvis Presley's home?
And what's the name of that?
I have no idea.
Starts with a G.
Graceland.
Elvis Presley's home?
That's right. Do you know what it's called?
No, no idea.
Elvis's home?
Yeah. Do you know what the name of it is?
Wonderland?
The Country Music Hall of Fame? I don't know.
Elvis's house.
Yeah.
Wait.
Do you know the name of it?
No.
Elvis's home. I'm killing this, right?
You are. But do you know the name of Elvis's home?
Can I ask a friend?
I want to say Elvis's, but Elvis's?
Do you know the name of it?
Graceland.
That's right. It is second only to the White House.
Grace House, Graceland, Grace. Oh, Graceland.
We have senior cornerback Taylor Mack on the show with us now. Thanks for coming on, Taylor.
I'm excited. Been waiting to come on the show all year.
Well, we had to save you for last, and you made it worth it with those 2 big interceptions against Rutgers this weekend, really stopping their momentum, and it earned you the American Defensive Player of the Week. Have you been having some fun out there? You were able to pick off Rutgers. What was that like for you?
It was a great feeling, and I think it was even better, coming to the locker room and I see texts from all my family, great game, all that type of stuff. So that's the part that I love, and then also getting the win. So it's just good, that I can go out and do my part and help beat Rutgers and send them off to the Big Ten with a loss from us. So
we love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Now, I know your senior season hasn't gone the way that you wanted it to with your injury, but it seems like you're back better than ever. Do you feel like 100% now?
I do. It was kind of rough being out for those 5 games and with a nerve injury. So, it was tough, but all you could do is just stay mentally focused in and just come back and not miss a beat. And happy to be back out here playing. One last game, but got to make the most of it.
And allegedly, you're one of the biggest entertainers on this team. Do you take your role seriously, as Tim Willman called you the Kevin Hart of this team, not only in looks but in personality?
Well, just to be let it known, I'm not 5'5". I'm a little bit taller than that. But I guess I kind of have to embrace it because, when you're around people that are 6'2", 6'4" all day, every day, so, I'm short compared to them. So, I gotta be quick on my feet with some jokes, and you might miss some here, might make some there, but I'm gonna have something for you if you want to come with the height. So I guess I love it.
Always entertaining. We love it too. And we have Senior Day coming up now against Memphis. In your 4 years here, what has it meant for you to be a part of the UConn football family?
It's meant everything. Basically, from that day where I decided I was going to commit, after watching that Notre Dame game, to coming in, going to Fiesta Bowl, seeing the greatest fans. We've had a rough year this year, but they've been there supporting us through thick and thin. And it would have been great to go to another bowl game at the Fiesta Bowl, but you just got to make the most of it. And I'm happy to be a Husky. Graduate, get my degree, and then go on and see what the world has for me. But it's been awesome.
We've loved having you here,
Thank
and
you.
we know that you are efficient on the field. But we're going to see how efficient you can be in our game called 3 and Out.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
All right, Taylor, how it works is I will ask you 3 questions about yourself, and you give me the first thing that comes to mind. Then we'll do it again, 3 and Out, about your teammates. You ready to go?
That's cool. That's cool.
Okay, first question. What is your favorite comedy?
The Clumps by Eddie Murphy.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Nutty Professor.
Okay. If you could trade places with any celebrity, who would it be? And you can't take the easy way out and go Kevin Hart.
All right. I have to surprise you on this one. I'm going to go international. I'm going to go with Ronaldo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I watch soccer here and there. Ended up meeting Kareem Benzema, and I've seen the lifestyle. Seen soccer looks exciting, and then on top of that, you're in Europe. You get to travel a lot, so I kind of want to see what that would be like.
Very cool. I like that answer. That's good. Okay. Lastly, what is your favorite song to perform?
What's not my favorite song? Let me see here. If you want me to hit the high notes, throw a little Beyonce on, I can get it. If you want me to hit it down low, bring some Tyrese, maybe a little Barry White. But, I would have to go nowadays. That is tough. The first thing that comes to mind right now is some JT. Might have to do little suit and tie, maybe a little TKO.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
You know, I'm a big JT fan.
Can you give us a little tasting of that?
That's. I'm not really warmed up vocally. You know, it's cold outside, so you got to give me at least 15 minutes to warm up.
So that sounds like a bit of a cop-out, but
I'm just saying, you know,
now.
blame Connecticut weather. It's the Connecticut weather.
Okay, here we go now. 3 and out about your teammates.
Okay.
Which teammate of yours is going to be the most emotional on senior day?
It's got to be Andrew Adams. Because, you know, he looks up to me. You know, I don't want to say it. You know, it's cat's out the bag, but you know, he looks up to me like he's my little brother. And I know him, you know, when I go on the field and, you know, he sees the seniors, you know, he'll probably shed a couple tears.
He doesn't want to see you go.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Well, it's understandable.
It is.
All right. Which fellow senior of yours will be the first to get married?
Steve Green.
Ooh, that was quick.
Steve Green. He's in love. That's all I can say.
Simple as that. That's all you need for a marriage, right? Okay, lastly, what is one thing that you want Husky fans to know about your good buddy, Max DiLorenzo?
He doesn't know how to use home appliances at all. We told him one time to do the dishes, and so we had this big pot that we used. Every person with common sense knows that when you put the dishes in the dishwasher, you turn them upside down so that they can wash. So he puts them in, so we're like, all right, so everything's good. We wake up the next morning, you know, to get some dishes out. Next thing we know, it's just a giant pot with just dirty water just sitting in the middle of it. And then Max walks in, I didn't know guy to turn it over. And so he has no idea how to use anything in the kitchen or washing clothes. So
you guys have to coach him up.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We've loved being able to watch you grow over these last 4 seasons, and we certainly are going to miss you. So thanks for coming on, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
All right, let's head now to a view from the booth. We're back now with a view from the booth. Time to break down Memphis. They're 3-8, coming off of a big loss to Temple last weekend. What do we know about the Tigers?
Well, I got to tell you, Emily, it's like my days in high school at South Catholic in the South End of Hartford. Not much, because it's the last game of the season, with no disrespect meant to the Tigers, but when you come to a game like this and you've never played a team like this before, you kind of really have to do a lot of homework to get ready for it. And obviously I didn't do that in high school, which is why I'm sitting here next to you right now. It's a team that seems like it's trying to find its sea legs. It's a team that's got a 6'7" quarterback in Paxton Lynch. He's a real threat both running and passing the football. You know, they've got 1 win in the conference. UConn's got 2. And they're a team that wants to finish up on a roll. They've got a first-year head coach, Justin Fuentes, and the idea for Memphis, much like it is for UConn, is to build some momentum going to the off-season training program. I think they're going to be a very dangerous team because even in some of their losses, Tigers haven't played that badly.
Let's take a closer look at that offense. And you mentioned their redshirt freshman quarterback, Paxton Lynch, who averages just 170 passing yards per game, and they have turned the ball over 24 times this season. What else have you seen from their offense?
Well, I think they're going to try to run the ball a little bit with Lynch and their tailbacks. They average 144 yards rushing per game. They spread the ball around offensively. They do a couple of things on offense that UConn really hasn't seen much this year. They play an inverted wishbone backfield, which, you know, will cause some different things that Hank Hughes' defense will have to be ready for schematically. And, you know, you get down to the last game of the season, and I think coaches kind of open up the bag of trick play. So I think we could see anything from the Tigers today.
And they have the 27th ranked defense in the country, which was higher before they gave up 41 to Temple this past weekend. What can we expect from their defense?
Well, their cornerback, Bobby McLean, who missed the last game, is terrific. He is an all-conference defender. Sometimes when teams have a tough year record-wise, individual players might not get all the recognition that they deserve. Certainly that won't happen with our guy, Yalwin Smallwood, and it shouldn't happen with Bobby McLean, not to be confused with the former Robert McLean, who played for UConn and is now playing in the NFL. He's a terrific cornerback, and when he's not out there, they really struggle against the passing game without him. So we'll have to see, and obviously if McLean plays, they'll be a better defensive team.
Well, our Huskies are coming off of a really big morale-boosting win over Rutgers. The offense is clicking, and the defense looks revived. How do we make sure we finish this season off with the last win?
Well, I think the formula is the same, Emily, as we saw in the Rutgers game. Get on the board early, answer any Memphis scores with UConn scores, make a couple of big plays on special teams, turn those turnovers into points, and keep the fans into the game. We know it's going to be cold. It's December 7th. It's always chilly in East Hartford at that time of year. Maybe that takes the boys from Tennessee a little bit off their game. Who knows? But I think for UConn, the formula that they've used over the last 6 quarters, playing together, playing hard, making the other team cough the football up, and being consistent on both the run and pass game. That's kind of been the formula for success. Why change now?
And get it done this weekend.
Absolutely. End the season on a roll.
Very nice. All right, the Huskies will take on Memphis Saturday, December 7th at 1 o'clock. The game is on ESPN3. And, of course, you can listen to Joe D and his crew on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Yeah, a pregame show begins at 11:30. Ray Dunaway's there from 5:30 in the morning. That's insane. I won't even be up at that hour. And it's really important, I think, for the fans to be in their seats in time for the Senior Day ceremonies. This is a group of 14 players who, even though things haven't gone their way the last 3 years, have never stopped trying, have never stopped playing hard, particularly the two senior captains, Steve Green, the left guard, and the big fellow, the mountain, Shamar Stephan in the middle. These are guys who have played hard for 5 years, and they deserve the fans' thanks for representing the university in such a good way.
It'll be a good way to end the season here. And on behalf of the entire Blitz crew, we want to thank you for tuning in all season long. With Jody Ambrosio, I'm Emily Noonan for Huskies All Access. We'll see you out there.